Henry McClure live. Shawnee County Election Office, 3420 Southwest Van Buren, right across from the White Lakes Mall, Mainline Printing, and the new City Garage. The process, so if you're running in districts 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, we got Earl Macintosh in District 7, who's a winner. He has 5,400 and friends that signed the ballot for the revenue neutral, the petition. If you're going to run in district any of those other districts, you ought to get to know Earl Macintosh, because he's a seasoned he's seasoned in the process of politics. He knows how easily we can actually reform and change the form of government here in Shawnee County. And I look at him as a real solid citizen. I'm not going to say, sometimes people are more even-keeled than me. Sometimes I become a Neanderthal and say some things about people's personal problems, because sometimes I have personal issues with those people. And it's like Karen Hiller, for example. Over the years, she's looked down the end of her nose at me in what I feel is a disrespectful way. And I think she's just a terrible city council person, because she doesn't give me customer service. Now, I'm telling you something. The other day, I had a politician tell me about customer service. And it was a really unique situation. And I got to spend some time with that gentleman. And it's amazing over the years how we can change. And my hat's off to that fella. In fact, I'll be writing him and another associate in my district regarding some of the issues that it comes down to. I believe in once you have a TIF district and a CID and an RHID, that as long as the developer's following the state law, that we don't need to get down. I think sometimes Shawnee County, they want to be so involved with everything that they kill deals based on exuberance of them wanting to be the process. And we've got to get rid of consultants. We've got to get rid of, we got to get government out of business. Government's place, in my opinion, is fresh water, safety. Sheriff Hill, thank God he's here. City's got a new police chief. Some have said he's too diversity, equity, and inclusion. But if Sheriff Hill recommended somebody, he's a pretty good dude. If you don't know Sheriff Hill, get to know him. But I threw my hat in the ring. I signed up to be your mayor here in Topeka, Kansas. I don't want it to be about signs. I don't think the guy with the most signs should win. Here's the thing. If you want to have change in this community, you can vote for me. You can vote for Chad Fay, who's running for mayor, who actually will be on my show this Friday. Chad and I are going to talk it out. But if you just want things to keep going the way they are, you can vote for Tuck Duncan Jr. Spencer Duncan. Hey, if you know anybody at the city, it'd be nice. They look like they're very committed to making the deal, so let's get them to close the deal across the street. But we, the people, need to take back our government. We, the people, need to do away with the NGOs and their far-reaching influence on our community. We don't need all the decisions of our community being made at the Greater Topeka Partnership, the Topeka Chamber of Commerce, or within the boardrooms that are restricted from the public at Go Topeka. JETO has advocated their, so the county commission and basically the city council have advocated their influence to Go Topeka, and I came up with a good phrase last night. If there's such thing as ex parte communications, well, there's also ex parte donations. So where they're doling out the money today, you should have to disclose that, hey, I donated this amount of money to Go Topeka, and I donated this amount of money to the chamber, and I donated this amount of money to the Greater Topeka Partnership. So if you'd like a government run by the people, for the people, think about voting for Henry McClure for mayor. We'll definitely give it a shot at change. If my first goal will be to get the Citizens Commission up and going, and to put our planning departments back together. We've got a lot of good staff on our planning departments, and merging them together, I think will be a good thing. I know it will be a good thing. So that's a start, besides having the process of government back in the people's hands and not the NGOs. So I'm going to sign off. We need more people. We, the people, need to fire up. Throw your hat in the ring. Henry McClure Live. Hey, nobody's told you they love you today. I love you.